Test 1, 2, test, test.
Wow, they are hot.
It's really loud,
I hear it.
so you don't want it too close.
Just sure that, yeah, it's on. When it's green.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2019 National Western Stock Show Grand Champion Lamb Drive. Before we get started, we'd like to recognize the Showmanship Winners. So we're going to start with the Junior Showmanship. Your champion in the Juniors Lamb Showmanship, Hudson Franklin from Shallow Water, Texas. Your reserve champion junior goes to Sadie Allen, Elk City, Oklahoma. Intermediates, your champion, Bailey Anstutz, Richmond, Oklahoma. Oh, she's from, okay. Ohio, I'm sorry, Richmond, Ohio. Can't read my writing. And the the reserve was Colt Randall from Canute, Oklahoma. In the senior division, your champion, Peyton Harris, Perry, Oklahoma. And your reserve, Caitlin Urban, Gatobe, Oklahoma. Okay, folks, give them one more round of applause. Those are your Lamb Showmanship winners, champion reserves in each division for 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, a show like this does not happen by accident. At this time, we would like to recognize some individuals that are behind the scenes. First and foremost, Mr. Paul Andrews, President and CEO of the National Western Stock Show, right over here to my left. Committee members, and if you would just raise your hand and step out as I announce you. Bob Haycoop, Dave Hartle, Sean Wadaway, Seth Grant, Rita Carey, Marshall Ernst, Corrine Hummel, Guy McIndeffer, and Dawn Thorne. Would also like to recognize the superintendents of the Sheep Show, Marlon Eisenach, Brian Funk, Lou Cox, Mark Arndt, and Ron Cunningham. Want to thank Cooper Newsom, who was our ringman all day long. Thank you, Cooper. Now for the Grand Champion Drive. Champion Southdown. Carly Winfrey is your champion Southdown. And reserve champion is Sadie Allen. Champion Dorset. We're going to just do the champions first. Champion Dorset, Alexa Anderson. Champion lightweight blackface, Cal Sidwell. Champion medium weight blackface, Lydia Straka. Champion medium heavyweight, Carly Winfrey. Your heavyweight champion, Cash Rye. And your speckle-face champion, Clay Randall. Now the reserves. Reserve champion Southdown, Sadie Allen. Reserve champion Dorset, Alexa Anderson. Garrett Arnold, excuse me. Reserve champion lightweight, blackface, Mackenzie Castro. Reserve champion medium weight, Colt Randall. Reserve champion medium heavyweight, Trace Titus. Your heavyweight champion, reserve is Jerry Wayne Bates. The third, I believe. And your speckle-face reserve is Trace Titus. At this time, I would like to reintroduce our judge for today. Before I tell you about our judge, 554 lambs, largest lamb show so far at the National Western. Cade Wilson from Early, Texas, sorted through these lambs. He's an ag science teacher from Brownwood, Texas. He's a member of the 2004 National Champion Livestock Judging Team at Texas A&M University. He received his bachelor's at Texas A&M and his master's at Texas Tech. Cade now lives in Early, Texas with his wife and 4 daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Cade Wilson, our lamb judge for 2019. Thank you.
Well, it's been a long and exciting day. I tell you what, they mentioned Cooper in the show ring, and you don't know how big of an impact that a good steward makes, and all the people that helped around the ring today have just been nothing but kind and courteous, and I want to thank you for that. Again, just a tremendous amount of prestige behind this show, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. A few years ago, I recognized the potential to use livestock judging as a kind of a platform to share my faith in Jesus, and I spent some time in Romans, book of Romans, chapter 8 last week, and it talks about the differences between the spirit, living in the spirit and the flesh, and I kind of tied to a verse that was pretty impactful to me, raising a family of 4 daughters. It was Romans 8:31, and it said, what should we say to these things? If God is for us, then who can stand against us? And it's refreshing to know that we have future in Christ, and that's a neat thing that I can try to relay to my children. A great group of sheep out here. Our Southdown Winners, one I talked about just in terms of his shape and expression. I love him. He's still good in his shoulder, maybe just a nickel rounder out of his hip, but an awfully competitive sheep. Our Dorset was one that in that particular division, I think he won quite handily, just stouter and more massive than anything in there. Our lightweight, or class 1 out of the blacks, is a sheep that I like tremendously when we bring him out here. One that's just so fault-free in terms of his build. He's awfully good looking when we put him to the side. I like him quite a bit. Sheep that comes out of class 2 in the blacks, kind of a freak. That one's just as big-backed as I've seen, as big-loined as I've seen, and extremely big and dimensional out of his hip. And to be that stout, that sheep is still so good when we put him to the side. One that I think a whole bunch of. Sheep that comes out of the 3rd division, kind of cut out of the same mold. That one's extremely big pinned. He's extremely big stifled. To be that stout, he's still wedge made. He's still opened up extremely big through the floor of his chest. Maybe at times he gets just a nickel weaker in his top line, but that's an awfully impressive sheep. And we come out of our 4th division, a sheep that's probably in the upper limits for me in terms of weight, but that one holds together awfully good, super stout, really big in terms of his center cavity. I like a lot of things about him. And then to end with our spec, I thought that one won it pretty handily. Sheep that I think matches really well with the lineup out here. It's been a privilege, and I'm thankful for this opportunity. This game's not easy, and it takes a tremendous amount of time, effort, money, and hard work from everybody, parents, kids, grandparents, ag teachers, and extension agents. This still doesn't just happen. So I'm proud of these kids. I'm proud of everybody that showed today. Let's congratulate them with a round of applause. I'll go select your champion and reserve overall.